Hello BBN, Jaden Quaintance gives an update on his injury. Any good news? Before the news, subscribe to the channel to receive more news from the Cats. Jaden Quaintance's recovery is a story that deserves to be told with optimism and hope, especially when it comes to the impact he can have on Kentucky's future. At just 17 years old, the young big man already demonstrated an impressive level of talent during his freshman season at Arizona State, where he earned spots on the Big 12 AL defensive and AL freshman teams. Now, as part of the Pope-led squad, Quaintance represents not only a key piece for the Wildcats, but also a guy who is here to make a difference. Despite the adversity of his ACL tear in February, Quaintance has shown remarkable resilience. His words during an update on his rehabilitation status convey confidence and determination. "I've been feeling great, I've been progressing really well, and I've been relying on the coaches and trainers to try to help me get better." This positive mindset and commitment to the recovery process is what sets Kentucky apart. Kentucky's medical staff and coaches have played a crucial role in this journey. Mark Pope has invested time and resources to ensure that Quaintance receives the support he needs to come back stronger than ever. The player's trust in his coaches is evident when he says, "Just trusting them all the time." This trusting relationship between athlete and coaching staff is one of the pillars that underpins Kentucky's excellence, and it's exactly this type of environment that allows players like Quaintance to reach their potential. While it's still too early to pinpoint a specific timetable for his return, the hope that Quaintance will be fully recovered by September is a promising prospect. If this prediction comes true, Kentucky will be in an even stronger position to compete at the NCAA's highest level in the 2025-26 season. In the meantime, Quaintance continues to be involved with the team, albeit in a hands-off capacity. He's been taking the time to observe and learn, absorbing Mark Pope's terminology and strategies, while working on specific aspects of his game, such as free throw shooting and shooting. This commitment to development, even during a period of inactivity, reflects the winning mentality that defines great players. Additionally, the image of Quaintance wearing a tight-fitting bandage on his right knee during practice serves as a visual reminder of his journey of overcoming. When he's fully recovered and cleared by doctors, it will be like adding another powerful engine to an already well-oiled machine. With his defensive prowess, offensive versatility, and competitive instincts, Quaintance has all the tools to become a star at Kentucky. For Kentucky, Quaintance's recovery is more than an individual issue. It is a reflection of the program's collective success in nurturing its athletes and preparing them to achieve great things. Until then, patience and hard work will continue to guide their recovery process. The optimism surrounding his return by September is shared by everyone involved with the program. With Quaintance back on the team, Kentucky has the potential to cement itself as one of the most dominant teams in the NCAA, capable of competing for a national title and making its mark on basketball history. Let's keep moving forward. In an era where recruiting often seems to be dictated by dollar signs and lucrative contracts thanks to new rules and the outright payments allowed by some universities, Pope is proving that there's still room for something deeper: reason, strategy, and relationships. Pope's deliberate approach to recruiting isn't just a differentiator. It's a powerful statement about how a program can thrive without relying solely on financial resources. While other programs seem to move at a frantic pace, trying to land any player with the potential to impress, Kentucky, under Pope, is taking a surgical approach. He's not simply building a team to compete for a season, he's building a roster with intent, purpose, and a long-term vision. That philosophy is already paying off. According to 247 Sports, Kentucky boasts the 4th best overall recruiting class for 2025 and the 5th best transfer class, numbers that reflect both the program's prestige and Pope's ability to attract talent that aligns with his vision. Arkansas, for example, came in just behind in the overall rankings. But what really sets Kentucky apart isn't just the quality of its players, but how they fit into Pope's strategic plan. It's important to note that Kentucky's success isn't just about its financial ability to bid competitively, although that certainly helps. If it were all about money, schools like Texas A&M and others with astronomical budgets would be dominating college basketball. But what makes Pope's work so special is his ability to articulate a clear plan for each player, connecting their individual skills to the collective success of the team. A perfect example of this is Denzel Aberdeen, the backup point guard who won the 2025 national title with Florida. Despite having options to stay with the Gators or explore other top schools, Aberdeen chose Kentucky after a transformative interaction with Pope during a 3-hour Zoom call. Pope not only laid out a detailed plan for Aberdeen's development, but also demonstrated a deep understanding of his game. He used analytics charts to show where Aberdeen was most effective and where there was room for growth. They discussed defensive clips, emphasizing technical adjustments, like using his chest instead of his hands to contain opponents, and even discussed how Aberdeen could improve his rebounding area, where he had modest averages the previous season. For Aberdeen, that conversation was more than enough to make his decision. "It was definitely unique," he said. I called my dad about 20 minutes later and said, "Yeah, Dad, this is probably the place to go." That reaction isn't surprising considering the level of attention and personalization Pope provides. He wasn't just selling an opportunity, he was building a partnership. Mohamed Diabate, another key recruit for Kentucky, had a similar experience. The forward, a transfer from Alabama, was already leaning toward joining the Wildcats. But his decision was sealed after conversations with Pope. "It didn't take long, it was just what I felt I needed to hear," Diabate said. For him it was all about the right plan, and Pope delivered. Over the course of 2 calls, the coach outlined how he envisioned Diabate's future with the team, detailing how he would fit into Kentucky's offensive and defensive system. The addition of players like Aberdeen and Diabate didn't happen by accident. Both bring specific attributes that address clear needs on the team, especially on the physical and versatile defensive area. That was a weakness last season. But what really stands out is how Pope has identified those gaps and filled them with players who not only have talent, but also align perfectly with the style of play he wants to implement. Unlike the assembly line approach that marked part of the John Calipari era, where players often viewed Kentucky as a temporary stopover on the way to the NBA, Pop is creating something more sustainable. He's investing time and energy to understand each player, build trust, and show them how Kentucky can help them achieve their personal goals while contributing to the team's success, and it's made a difference. Let's dive in. Leave your comments,